All right, Steve, welcome to the show today. I am so excited to have you today. I
Yes,
know
sir.
you're a busy guy, and sometimes it's hard to get you on camera. So I appreciate you taking the time out to come today. Um, I know a little bit about you, but there's a lot of people that don't know about you that's going to be watching this. Can you tell a little bit about your story, 60, 90 seconds, and then I know you're a coach,
Right.
sort of what you coach. Tell us about that.
Background on my part, I come out of the public school setting, high school coach, high school teacher, closed out my career in education as a high school principal. And now I'm involved in different business settings. I run a construction company that's been in business for 40 years. I've started a soft wash pressure washing company that I'm scaling, and now moving into the corporate coaching and really individual coaching within that, where I work with CEOs, entrepreneurs, and basically helping them grow their business and grow their lives personally.
So what made you say, man, I need to start coaching people? I mean, you went
Uh,
from kids to now adults, and they're
a
different.
couple of things. Number one, it's my passion. It's what I do. I enjoy it. I'm with Coach Michael Burt. We'll talk about him in a minute. He makes a statement that when he wakes up, he'll coach somebody's kid. He'll coach the dog if they'll let him. I'm kind of that same way. I'm geared in that. I have a coach's heart, a coach's mentality, and I want to see people win. But what really got me started was I see so many people that are stuck, so many people that get started and they have great intentions. They listen to all the stuff, they read all the books, they go to all the conferences, and they show up 6 months later exactly the same as they were when they got started. I was a youth minister early, and one of the things that always troubled me was you would see all these kids go to all these youth conferences, and they'd be all fired up and excited, and they would come home and a week later they're at the same parties doing the same stuff in the same things. And my biggest thing is just bridging that gap, really being intentional and coaching people in businesses through the things that will actually get movement and start to not only change but have a lasting effect on their lives and the lives of the people around them.
Perfect. So I know you've got something coming up big in just a
A little
little
bit.
bit. Yep. You've got uh, a summit, right? The Growth Summit coming
Yeah,
up October 4th in Nashville, and I know you've got some big speakers coming in. I
I
know.
do.
I'm excited to hear Kevin Elko. Tell
Oh
us a
yeah.
little bit about what the Growth Summit is. Why did Steve say, "Man, I need to get a summit out there"? I mean, tell us what inspired that, and a little bit about the Growth Summit.
Well, one of the things is if you do anything social media wise, if you're in the coaching space at all, you know that there's 1,000 summits, conferences, and they all look the same. And if
Mm-hmm.
you look at ours, it looks exactly the same. It's the way to market that on social media. But a lot of those things are what I just talked about. People show up, they don't gain anything really. There's not anything of value that comes out of that other than they get motivated a little bit and they go back and they're exactly the same. So what we're looking to do through the Growth Summit is give people a real platform that not only they can stand on, but they can grow from once they leave. We don't want to leave people just on that day. We're not looking for them to be the same. Um, and part of that is the people that are coming. We'll talk about those guys and girls in a minute. But the best thing that I'll tell you is it's in Nashville. It's at the Greatness Factory in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
The event space itself will activate something within you. It did me and caused me to go, okay, I was thinking I would get an office somewhere in a little office building and I would be fine and I could have a little podcast studio and everything would be all right. No, this is a little different. So just the space will cause you to start thinking different, start thinking bigger, and those bigger thought processes will help you grow.
So tell me, what are some of the key themes of your summit that probably some other summits don't have? And I hear you keep saying you're going to walk away different. how are you going to help people walk away different?
Yeah, you're going to, this is the piece. We're going to attack all of you. So we're going to get after everything that's going on in your life at the Growth Summit. We're going to challenge you in those areas instead of just encourage or motivate you. So what's taking place, the first thing right out of the gate, Coach Burt's going to talk about activating your prey drive, activating that inner drive that's within every person that God's created you with, to go out and activate that, and how to activate that on a daily basis so you can accomplish the things and you can grow into what you're wanting to be. Jana Creel is going to be talking about proximity to power. I know everybody would like to have more influence. Well, how do you get into circles with the people that have true influence? Jana's going to be talking about how to accomplish that. Some guy, Coach Todd Harris, I don't know if you know him.
I heard he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to be talking about becoming not only influential, but how to influence yourself and others. So how to move, and I'll let you talk about that for just a second. Talk about a little bit about what God's leading you and how He's moving you a little bit.
You know, everybody wants to know how to influence everybody else in the world, right? If I can just have influence over people, but you know, end of the day, you have to have influence over yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and I personally think that starts with stop asking people to respect you and be proud of you. Just be proud of yourself and respect yourself. Doesn't matter the rest of the world. So I think influence starts there, because if you don't have that on yourself and you can't influence yourself, there's no way you can do that to anybody else. And so that we're going to start there, and then we're going to spread the message. Is going to be like wildfires. It's going to hit some topics that people are going to walk away from going, I can be something that changes the world.
Yeah. I can be different. I can make a difference.
That's right.
And not only can I know how to do it.
That's right.
That's right. I'm not leaving here with just some motivational piece. I actually know what to do when I leave. I'm going to be talking about standards and how to develop those standards in your life and how to attack those standards with your time habits and attitudes. Because if you'll align those three things with the standards, you can actually grow and move. And then you're looking at Sterling Stokes, who is a business leader, is going to be talking about how to win in your business and how to win with the people you have in your business. Because a lot of times people feel neglected, they feel left out, they feel unwanted, they feel unneeded, and then you can't grow because your people are not growing. So that's a big deal. And I have Billy Hopkins coming, who will just talk about the mindset of winning.
Important.
Not enough people talk about winning anymore. Not enough people are concerned about greatness anymore. And then at the end, we're going to end with Kevin Elko, Dr. Kevin Elko, who was Nick Saban's psychologist and came into the University of Alabama when Nick Saban came into Alabama and set the standards and set the language that they use every day at the University of Alabama to communicate. And he'll be talking about the language of winning and what to say to yourself, and then how to communicate that effectively to others.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you're talking about winning and the language of winning and all these things. And I often try to remind parents when I'm talking to them that as an adult, I've never gotten a participation trophy.
No.
Like when you're an adult, you either win or you don't.
That's right.
And unfortunately, that's how life is. And so we have to be able to teach that to everybody. You're winning or you're not.
Right.
So now I know when I go to these events, you know, whether there's 5 people in the room or 5,000 people in the room, networking is important. Have you thought about how you're going to get people to network and how and help them leverage the other people that are in the room?
Yeah, we're looking at a couple of things with that. Number one, we have a VIP ticket. That VIP ticket is priced lower than any VIP ticket I've seen in a long time. And that's going to be, you know, very intimate with Kevin Elko. It'll be dinner with Kevin Elko, 10, 12 people max, where you'll be able to ask questions. But one of the things I've learned, and you've learned from being in conferences with that, the guys that buy the VIP tickets, the guys that are sitting in that room, are the guys you want to sit in the room with.
That's right.
because that's where the relationships are made. That's where all of the time that you spend is made. And those key relationships, like mine and your relationships, from that type deal. And we'll be not only will we be lifelong friends, but the influence and the impact that we'll make will be greater because we're in the same circle now, and we're in the same group. But also we're going to have, it's an intimate setting. There's only going to be 100 tickets to the total event.
Wow.
And the people that are going to be in that room are the people that are looking for the same thing that you'll be looking for. They're looking for growth. They're looking to be different. They're looking to win. And if you get in a room full of people that are wanting the same thing you're wanting, they're wanting to win, they're wanting to make an impact, they're wanting to make a difference, you'll have plenty of time to talk and mingle and network in that group. So I'm excited about that.
I always love when I go to an event, if there's a VIP ticket, my objective is try to get it into the VIP ticket. Because the people that are in the VIP rooms or that level, they're serious.
Oh yeah,
they're not just sticking their toe in the water. They're doing it, and they're wanting to do it big.
Right.
And when you're networking with people that want to do it big, they're just going to pull you along. They're going to help you get to where you want to go because that's their nature.
Right. Well, it's kind of like being in a forest of trees that are growing. You show up in the redwood forest in California, and you're sitting there looking at those massive trees. Well, all of the trees around those trees are big.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, get in a room with something that's actually growing and see what that really looks like. So
Absolutely.
That's the offer there.
Now I know you. I mean, I've known you a while now, and
Sure.
your model is not give somebody a tool and say, "Man, I wish you the best."
No.
You are hands-on. Let me hold your hand. Let me get you to the end. So I know you're going to have some kind of opportunities for people to work with you, to do things with you.
We are.
Tell me a little bit about that, because I think as an entrepreneur, you can hand me all the free stuff I want. I can go to a rah-rah session, but I know what's in my day. If I don't have something to go do this, do that, and I don't have some level of accountability, I'm going to do what I know, and I'm not going to do what's this new thing. So tell me a little bit about the opportunities.
We're going to stack an offer, and it's going to be something that's intentional, and it's going to be something that's not only beneficial, not only uplifting every day, not only encouraging every day, but something will actually help people grow. It'll be a 12-week deal. There's a chance we'll stretch that to 16 because some of the presenters, some of the speakers in our program have a heart for people as well. And they just want people to grow. They want people to change. They want people to be different. They want people to experience things different, not because they want to see it for themselves, but they know the impact that it has on the lives of the people around that person and how it changes and makes a difference. So we're looking at a 12 to 16 week offer that we're going to make at that conference. It will include things like how to set your standards. It will open up with that, how to actually have standards that when you walk in the room, that standard walks in the room with you. And then it goes how to align your habits, how to align your attitudes, how to align your time so that it supports those standards. Jana Creel is going to be a part of that offer with Proximity to Power. I think, Coach, you talked about wanting to come alongside of that. Absolutely. And maybe offering a couple of sessions in that as well. We'll have daily messages that go out. I do a daily message. I know you're doing daily stuff as well. And we can do some combinations of that. We're looking at individual offers in that. So if you're just an individual that you're just stuck and you're tired, man, you're tired. I had a guy call the other day, and he said, I sold my business at 26 and I was a millionaire at 26 years old. He said, I'm 30 years old. I'm stuck. I'm not depressed, but I'm heading that way. I need somebody to just help me daily, push me, get out of this rut. And, my opening statement was, you're the only one that can get you out of there, but I can help you.
Right.
And you need somebody to come alongside, it sounds like. He said, I've been doing everything I know to do. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why you need a coach.
That's right.
That's why you need someone to come alongside and just help you along. And the thing that I've learned over the last 6 months is every high level person has a coach. I haven't met a single high level person that doesn't have someone coaching them in their lives, and most of them have more than one.
I was getting ready to say that. Most of them have 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's in specialty areas. It's in specialty areas. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I heard you say this space, the Greatness Factory, and I've been there, so I know.
Oh, sure.
So I don't think the people watching know. You say this is going to be an activator. How is this space an activator to make people go, whoa, I'm ready to launch?
Number one, it's a $8 million facility. Number one, I mean, when you open the door, you're walking into an $8 million facility that's 7,000 square feet that is intentionally designed for high-level business, high-level offers, high-level deals, high-level opportunities. And the people that work there are specifically designed and coached in a way so that they make you feel different when you walk in. Mike White, you'll meet Mike White. Jana Creel will be there. Obviously, she's speaking, but those two are tremendous. I mean, unbelievable human beings. Number one, and I'll give you this. We do a podcast called Growth Over Comfort, and my podcast co-host, we did a podcast with Coach Bird at the Greatness Factory, and he met me up there, and he was already set up when I got there. And I walk in, I'm like, "What do you think?" He said, "Man, just this space makes me think different." just being right here, we're sitting there, huge windows, downtown Nashville, overlooking, Nashville, and he looks out the window and goes, "I'm thinking way too small. This is bigger than me," and he's completely changed how he's approaching his business because of that one day inside that facility.
Wow!
So
amazing,
pretty cool.
Now, what's the one key takeaway or the one thing you hope everybody takes away from your summit?
You can be different.
What do you mean by that?
You can. I open every coaching session that I have with, you're going to either go through a storm or you're going to be successful. One of those two things is going to happen. Probably both of those are going to happen in your life. You're either going to be hit by a storm or you're going to be hit by success. And without the right foundation, without the right standards, without the right base, without the right set, you're going to crumble. And I want people to walk out of the Growth Summit and when they get hit, not crumble. It's coming either way. And I see so many really successful people that get hit and they just crumble. Next thing you know, multimillionaires that make it. I mean, they're everything they've ever dreamed of, they have. And then the next thing you know, they're absolutely miserable. They're going through a major divorce. They start losing all that they have. And then they completely crumble. And they're miserable. And then I see people that have good lives and they're just comfortable. They're complacent. They're just living their life. They're as happy as they can be. And a storm comes. And sometimes it's not even major, but it's completely devastating to their life and completely takes them away. I don't want people to live like that. And you don't have to live that way. You can be growing. You can grow and move. Does that mean the storm's not coming? No, the storm's still coming. Does that mean success? I hope that it means more success is coming, that you get more success. But I want people to know that, hey, you can walk into a room, you can walk into those situations with standards in place, with an opportunity to live on a solid platform when those things come. And you're still going to get dinged, you're still going to get hit. But at the end of it, you can still be strong and still stand tall.
If you could wrap up with, tell us why somebody has to buy a ticket to this event. Like if you don't buy a ticket to this event, it's going to be the end of the world. Like, give us from your heart, right? From your heart, because I know you, right? From your
Yeah.
heart, why does someone have to come to this specific event?
I wear a bracelet. I wear it every day. It has two things on it. It has every morning, which it's my favorite proverb, and it's not a Bible proverb. It's an African proverb. It's hung in my office for 30 years. It says every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up. It knows it has to outrun the slowest gazelle or to starve to death. Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it has to outrun the fastest lion or it'll be eaten. So whether you're a lion or a gazelle, you better hit the ground running. So that's a piece of it. And I love that. And that's coachy. And that makes me feel good. And I think everybody needs to come and just see that and get the motivation piece and move forward. But the other thing on my bracelet's instant. The reason that I'm here, the reason that I'm a part, the reason that I'm so passionate about what we're doing and that you need standards and you need something to stand on is your life can literally change in an instant. And it's going to. You're going to get hit. I'll give you two of mine. I was in education for really 30 years. And I went to school on a Friday, and then on Monday, I was never back at my school because of a missing standard, a missing piece that I had in my life. You don't have to live that way. You don't have to have that instant happen to you. I had control of that one and didn't control it right. So that's pretty tough. If you show up on October the 4th and all you get is, I don't have to live the way that I'm currently living. My life's going to change. I'm going to get hit. It's going to be bad if I continue down this road. And you turn around, then that's a good day. The other one, on an instant, my wife and I were getting ready to go on a trip. We always wanted to go to the Northeast to Maine and all of that and hang out and do that. And we had like a 2-week trip planned and we were really excited about that. It was about 8 weeks out and we go to the doctor, nothing bad. Everything's fine. And she's, the doctor's talking fine. A week later, she finds out she has breast cancer. And we go from, hey, we've got this trip planned to, okay, we've got to get through this. And we've got to move through this. And it was an instant. It wasn't like, hey, we're going through all these tests and all these things. It was an instant moment in our lives. And I will tell you that the difference, because my life had changed at that point. I was a different human being than I was when I walked out of my school. And because I had changed and because what we had done and how we were improving and what we were doing, we were able to take every step of that. And our whole deal in that was, prayer and all of those things make a huge difference. But we approached every doctor visit with, we're going in that this is going to be the best case scenario. And it was every time we went in. And I know it's not like that for everybody all the time. But if you're going to show up at an event, you need something that changes you. You need something that you walk out of there different. And if I didn't think you'd walk out different, I wouldn't put it on. I'm not in this event to make money out of it. I'm in this event so the people that buy a ticket that show up can have the opportunity to change.
I think what most people need to remember is, most people set these big goals. And if you didn't need to be different, you'd already hit those goals, right?
100%.
Right? You've got to show up to this event and you really have to invent the person that doesn't exist right now.
Yeah.
Because that person can hit the goals, but the person you are right now is not. And I know just from the conversation we have, this event is going to help people invent the person they need to be to hit those goals they have.
Right. Right. And when you're talking about guys like yourself that are coming to, you're not coming to coach. You're not coming to show off Todd Harris. You're coming to make a difference and an impact on somebody's life.
Yes.
There's not a lot of those people left. I wish it were different. I heard Coach Burt say, hey, if you met some of these guys behind the stage, they put on a good show, but they're not real. Your heart and your intent's different.
Right.
You're coming to make an impact. You're coming
Absolutely.
not so they see Todd Harris, but so they can actually move.
That's right. Make a difference.
That's what's different about the Growth Summit. We're here so people can change. You'll see people that have changed. I mean, from January to now, I'm down right at 40 pounds at this point.
Wow. Congrats.
By the time you see me, I'll be down hopefully another 5 to 10. And I'm really, that's just the surface piece. The inside piece of Steve Miller is different from January. So there's real growth happening in my life. And you and I've talked, and just from the time we've known each other, you're different. Right. You're not the same. And I will say this. I want to brag on you for a minute. We've been involved, and you've helped me now for what, 3 months with
About
some
3 months.
on the coaching side and every. You're one of the few people in my life that every time we have an encounter, it's more than I expected.
Oh, I appreciate
you over deliver every time. And now you have a great team, and your team does more than you do. So they over deliver more than you over deliver. So it's really humbling to me to see somebody that's doing the things that I'm hoping to coach people to actually do. To show up, care about the person, over deliver, actually value their time and who they are more than they value themselves. So rare today. So just to be in a room with you is going to be a big deal.
I appreciate that so much, Steve. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for putting on this Growth Summit. And I'm going to tell anybody that if anybody's watching this, if you haven't already logged into your computer or your phone and typed this web address in and looked and got your ticket, you're going to miss out. I know the speakers that are coming, and they are top notch, and they're coming to deliver from their heart.
Yeah.
They're coming to deliver from your heart. So thank you again for taking the time.
Yes, sir.
I mean, half an hour of your day, I know that's a lot of time for you. So I appreciate it. And we'll hopefully see everybody at the Growth Summit October 4th.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.